All right, guys. So now let's talk about methods that you can use with your set. Okay. So let's come here and let's declare a set. So we're going to come here and say numbers. So there's a variable that's going to hold this set. I'm going to say set. All right. And then after that, we're going to come here and come to the bottom. We're going to say numbers add. And this is to add something inside of the set. So we could come here and pass in a number of 1. All right. And I'm going to print out numbers so we can see what happens. As you can see, basically numbers got added to the set. Now we could come here and add 2. And you see that will give us an error. So it's expecting only 1. All right. So to do this, we will say numbers dot add 2, and I'm gonna just copy this over and over so we can see what happens. Put in 3, 5, 4, and 6. Okay, and I'm gonna put in the number 3. I know it's a lot of numbers, but let's see what happens. We run this, and as you can see, it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Even though we have a lot of duplicate ones, the only one that are going to show up is just one of each. So basically, it keeps only the unique ones. Okay. Now, we can also do this with, let's say, letters. We can come here and add, let's say, A. We're going to copy that. Do it a couple of times. If we come here, put in capitalized, say B, say C, and let's see what happens. We run this, and as you can see, it has B, C, capitalized, A lowercase, and B capitalized. We run it again. As you can see, it's basically randomly showing it to us. But one thing that we can definitely see for sure is that it basically returns one of each. Okay, so another thing that we can also do if we wanted to find out how many are inside of it, right? Because like, let's say we could have a whole bunch of duplicates, right? And we come here and we have all of this stuff, right? If we want to find out how many are there, right, that are unique, we literally could just say len, okay, and passing numbers, okay, and that will tell us there's 5 unique letters in there, okay, even though we have a whole bunch of duplicates. And this is really useful, like I said in the last video. Let's say in a situation where you have a list. I was about to say array, but a list, right? And you have all of this different, different letters in there, or numbers, or characters, or names, whatever, right? Numbers like that, 2, 3, right? You have all of that. You could actually say, for example, if this was in its own list, list. So we're gonna say, all right, and then we pass in original list, and then now you're like, okay, I want to know how many are in there that are actually unique. So then you will use this to actually figure it out, right? Says, okay, Python line 1, name A is now defined, and that's because we did not put them inside of strings. Okay, so let's do that now. Okay, and that's one thing that's cool about Python. Like, it has a lot of errors that it tells you exactly what's going on and what's wrong, so you could come in and debug it pretty quick. So as you can see, you have a list of a whole bunch of different data types in there, but it tells you like, hey, there's 8 of them that are unique. Okay, so we got 1. Okay, we got 2, we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, let's say we had a couple of different ones in here. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to say like this set. And I'm just going to declare the set, right? Okay, so there's nothing inside of that set of numbers. All right, let me take off the len. Let's say I wanted to update this and add a couple of different ones. So I could come here and say numbers and then say update. And then in here, I could pass in 2, 3, 4, 5. If I run this, it says there's an error, right? But if I was to put this inside an array, I keep saying array, in Python it's called list. I wish they would have just kept arrays. It just sounds so much easier. Okay, so you got a list, right? And then you will have that, and automatically that will get added into the set. Now, you can also come here and say, hey, I want to add a couple of different ones. So I could say 3, 4, let's say 47 or 8, 9. Do it like that, and let's see what happens. You run this. It's taking a little bit longer than usual, but it says 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, and 9. So as you can see, even though you have different arrays, it basically merges them and finds the original ones, basically the unique ones, and adds it to the set of numbers. All right, something pretty simple, pretty easy. All right, you can also come here and discard if you wanted to remove a specific one. So I could come here and say numbers.discard, and I want to discard number 2. Or yeah, so let's say 2. And automatically 2 got removed. All right, you see what happened, right? Now, if I wanted to get some errors in case it's not there, the best one to use is remove. So if I come here and I say numbers.remove, and then I come here and I pass in, let's say the number 17. See what happens. It says most recent call, Python line 5 in module, key error 17. So pretty much 17 doesn't exist inside of this list of numbers. So I cannot remove it. All right. So it's pretty good because it gives you that information. Now, if I come here, I put in 4. As you can see, it removed 4. All right. Now, there's other things in here that if you want to go a little bit deeper, you can definitely look into it. But a lot of times you won't need it. I'll be honest. It's just like every other programming language. Not every single method that's there you're going to be using on your everyday life as a developer. But at least it's good in case you ever do need it. You have the documentation if you want to go a little bit deeper. All right. So I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Bye.